All right, first I'm going to show you how to fill out this table. Here we have a blueprint of a house, but as you know, the blueprint is not the same size as your actual house. They don't give you a humongous map of your house that they're going to build that is feet and feet and feet long. It has to be able to fit on your table so that they can talk about it with you. So on the blueprint, it shows that this wall is 24 inches and that this is 16 inches. The blueprint is a technical drawing that usually displays architectural plans. Pete's blueprint shows a layout of a house. Every 4 inches in the blueprint is 3 feet of the house. Every 4 inches of the blueprint is 3 feet of the house. So that means that for every 4 inches here, that represents 3 feet on the house. One of the walls in the blueprint is 24 inches long. What is the actual length of the wall? So here's one way that they have you figure this out. So if we know that 4 inches would be 3 feet, well then what would 8 inches be? 8 inches would then be 6 feet, because if we add on another 4, that would be another 3 inches. If I add on another 4 inches, that would be another 3 feet. So 3, 6, 9. And then if I add on another 4 inches, then that would be another 3 feet. And so on. Okay. And then they are saying that you can use that to find out that if this is 24 inches long here, what would that be on the house? That would be 18 inches. Another way to figure that out, and the way that I would normally do it, is I would set up a proportion. If 4 inches is equal to 3 feet, that will be proportional to, if I'm using the same map, if I have 24 inches, how many feet will this be? Well, what I can do is I can see, well, how do I get from 4 to 24? 4 times what or divided by what would get me 24. 4 times 6 is 24. If you don't know that, you can use your multiplication chart. You can do 24 divided by 4 and see what that is. That's 6. 4 times 6 is 24. So whatever I multiply by on the top, I have to do on the bottom. So I would have to also multiply by 6 down here. So 3 times 6 would get me my answer, which is 18. And look, that's the same answer that we got from filling out this table. Okay, so then the next question is, in Pete's blueprint, the length of a side wall is 16 inches. Find the actual length of the wall. So I made myself a little chart down here to set up a proportion. So proportions work if you have the same thing compared to the same thing. So blueprint to the actual, blueprint to the actual. You can also do blueprint, blueprint, actual, actual. If it's the same wall, so you could do 4 to 16, as long as I compare then, okay, what's the small one? 4 to 3 feet, and then 16 to, I don't know, okay? So you can do that. So I have my scale length, like the scale that they gave me was that 3 feet is 4 inches. And then this is on the blueprint, this 16-foot wall. So I can do the same thing that I did earlier, where I say, okay, 4 inches. How do I get from 4 inches to 16 inches? If I multiply by 4, 4 times 4 is 16. So then as long as I do the same thing on the bottom, then I can get something that's proportional. So 3 times 4 is 12. And if I look back at my chart, that is correct. We had that 16 and 12 on my chart that I made is correct. Okay. If you guys remember, I did show you a trick for solving proportions. So with any proportion, if I have we know that the cross products are equal. So that means that 1 times 12 is equal to 3 times my unknown number, 3 times x, 3 times whatever this would be. Okay, so that means that I can multiply these out. 1 times 12 is 12, and 3 times x is 3x, and then you divide by 3 on each side to get your unknown number. So divide by 3, divide by 3. These 3's cancel out. I get 12 divided by 3 is 4. 4 equals x. This pattern works every time, so the shortcut is that if I have some unknown thing here, you can always, in order to solve these, multiply across and then divide by the leftover number in your calculator, and you will get the same answer. You'll get the correct answer. You will get 12. All right, so let's try that again. One time, let's say that I had this. So how would I find the missing number? Multiply across and then divide by the leftover number. 1 times 4 is 4. Divided by 2 is 2. Let's try that again. So 3 over. Oh, I don't want to do that. Do something easier. Okay, so 3 times 12, how do I get this leftover number? I would do 3 times 12 divided by 4. 3 times 12 is 36. Divided by 4 is 9. 3 times 12 divided by 4 is 9. So let's use that method then to solve this problem. Now they're saying that there's this back wall. The back wall of the house is 33 feet long. Oh dear, that's not on my chart. Well, that's okay, because I set up a proportion. 4 inches to 3 feet equals something over 33 feet. So the two methods that I showed you were, you can think, okay, what do I multiply by? 3. 3 times what is 33? Well, 3 times 11 is 33. So that means I would have to multiply it by 11 up here too to get 44. But just in case, you can also multiply across and divide by the leftover number. Multiply across and divide by the leftover number. 4 times 33 is 12. And then you can divide by the leftover number, which is 3. So 3 goes into 13 4 times. 3 goes into 12 4 times. So here we go. This method will work even if this doesn't come out even. So I like this method because, like, if it was 3 equals 35.5, you know, some strange number where you don't know readily what do I multiply by to get that number, then this method will still work. And it works really well if you have a calculator with you, which I do not. Multiply across, divide by leftover number. So the answer to this one is that it is 44. All right, I hope that helps.